at the line, and she drains the first of 3. West Coast Conference all-freshman team a couple of years ago, 6.5 points per game. Last season was a 67% shooter at the line. And she gives Santa Clara a 7-4 lead. In the previous game between Vanderbilt and Iowa State also had the offenses get off to a slow start as Bays finds an open bank here in Las Vegas to tie us up. Those offenses really struggled in the first half. Both teams were under 30% shooting, but picked it up considerably in the second. Sometimes playing those neutral site games on a court you're not familiar with a different look at the basket, as Heel misses that one, and Schaefer will go to the line for 2 shots. It can take a while for your eyes to adjust. Having the seats so far behind the hoop at one end and not having any seats behind the hoop at the other is different from what these girls are used to. And Emma Schaefer will have a chance to break the 7-7 tie when we come back. 4:46 to go, first quarter, and we're deadlocked here in the early going, the Las Vegas Thanksgiving Classic at the South Point Arena.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, we have one more game left of the day. Tip-off time should be right around 6:30. Rutgers taking on Texas Tech.
Well, both teams settling into this one in the early going. Some scattered fans in attendance here at the South Point Arena. Spencer McLaughlin on hand. Great to be bringing you a battle of the Broncos. Santa Clara and Boise State. The WCC Mountain West Showdown. Well, Boise State is 3 of 5 from the floor as Emma Schaefer makes the first free throw attempt. The problem is the Broncos have turned it over 5 times, so they haven't been able to get up enough shots. Though they have been scoring efficiently, Santa Clara has got the lead despite being 2 of 7 from the field. A lot is denied down low and fields it on the perimeter. 10 to shoot. Santa Clara again, a trap in the corner, and Narrow again not able to hold it. She thought that might have been knocked out of bounds by a Bronco, but it looked like it just slipped right through her fingers. And that is her second turnover individually. Tess Heel not able to find some space. Pull up in the paint is good for Mariah Hudgens. Has scored in double figures in 3 of her last 4, off of just a 4-point outing last time. A good start. And at the other end, that one finally drops down for the lot. She's the second Bronco to enter the game that did not play last time out against Pepperdine, and she's got 2 points, and it's a 2-point game. Heel cut off. Pollard almost shuffled that foot, but kept it down. Schaefer down low, has it knocked out of bounds, stays with Santa Clara. Boy, that was close to being knocked off of Schaefer's foot. I think that's what Gordy Presnell was trying to argue. As Pollard checks out and Laura Edmondson checks back in. One of 7 international players on this Santa Clara roster, 5 originally from Australia. Narrow's got the turnover, gives it right back. Tess Heel kicks it in the corner, 3-ball, corner pocket. Jade Kadee with her 8th triple of the season. Shot it at 33% from beyond the arc a year ago and pushes the Santa Clara lead to 4. Drive into the lane, Schaefer stays straight up, so Thompson doesn't draw the foul. But a different Bronco will. This is going to go against Tess Heel. And free throws are coming here for Elodie Lalott, beg your pardon. Came off the bench here tonight in Las Vegas for the first time this season. Started all 33 games last year for the Broncos. Almost 10 points and 7 rebounds per game. Was a 58% foul shooter. And converts a pair here. She had been 3 of 6 on the season, but she halves the Santa Clara lead. Here as we wind inside at 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Great defense by the Broncos, and it's knocked out of bounds. Schaefer slips it back door. Edmondson not able to handle it. Giveaway for Santa Clara. Coach Presnell calls out ice. And a foul away from the ball called against Schaefer. That's going to be the 3rd on Santa Clara. So no free throws just yet. It is Schaefer's first. And Boise State having some trouble holding on to the basketball right now. They've turned it over 8 times in this first quarter. On the season, they average 17 per game. And their next one will push them past half of that. We're not even a quarter of the way done with this ball game. Rocky down low to Schaefer. And a rejection up top by who else but Abby Muse. Her 16th of the season to lead the way for Boise State. She's one of the best to ever do it in that department in the Mountain West. She handles up top and is cut off by Edmondson. Sets up her teammate, and Bays drills a corner 3. And they were double checking it was a triple, which indeed it was, and Boise State has got the lead. Broncos trying to go back in front, too strong from Hudgens. And Abby Muse with the rebound, her 5th. And a good defensive sequence by Schaefer as Lalott tried to bank it home. Santa Clara trying to go back in front. Hiraki, Schaefer, Edmondson fires, can't connect. Muse another board. She is just a vacuum cleaner on the glass right now for Boise State. Broncos looking to add to a 1-point lead. That is an air ball for Bays. It's loose on the deck. Santa Clara comes away with it. Inside of a minute to go in this first quarter. Hiraki, a corkscrew, can't finish. Knocked out of bounds, and it stays at this end with Santa Clara. Couple of subs coming into the game. 2 for Boise State. 1, check that, 2 for Santa Clara as Tess Heel will also return for Bill Carr. So Tess Heel will ignite a Santa Clara offense that has been just okay this year at about 68 points per game. It's their defense where they have been so good, allowing opponents to score just 52 points per game through their first 6 of the season. Offense comes up empty for Santa Clara, and Boise State the other way. A well-executed double team and a 5-second call. Don't see it often. The Santa Clara bench was clamoring for it, and they finally got it. About a 6-second difference, shot clock and game clock. And that ball is poked away. Good reaction from Tatum Thompson. Boise State at the other end. Santa Clara with excellent transition defense. Muse whips it down low, and Hudgens knocks it out of bounds. Boise State can hold for the last shot of the quarter if they so choose. Hayes thought about it. Coach Presnell telling his team one shot. They go down low, and it's a blown bunny by Trista Hull. Santa Clara could take the lead. Heel, slashes, stops, and she travels. Just dragged the pivot foot, and with 4.1, Boise State again another chance. Here comes Jada Clark from half court. Got it off a little bit early, and that is how the first quarter comes to a close. Boise State Broncos 14, Santa Clara Broncos 13. The second quarter in Las Vegas, in the Las Vegas Thanksgiving Classic after this. We'll go back to Las Vegas from the South Point Arena. Spencer McLaughlin with you. Santa Clara trails Boise State 14-13, and it's the trailing Broncos basketball as we begin the second quarter. First time these programs have matched up since 2009, 8th all-time meeting. Pollard pops free and misses the triple. Edmondson not able to get the rebound away from Abby Muse, who is swallowing up every Santa Clara miss. They've had 11 missed shots in the game, and Muse has collected 7 rebounds. Bayes a quick catch and shoot. And there is Muse with rebound number 8. Abby Muse powers back up, and she is fouled. Bill Carr is wondering if there was a travel underneath or if there was maybe a little bit of contact from the Boise State forward. The foul is called on Olivia Pollard, her first of the quarter for Santa Clara, and Abby Muse to the free throw line. The senior from Brentwood, California, misses the first. She had been just 5 of 13 at the line on the season before that miss, so that has been the one area she has struggled. And she misses a pair. Great box out by Hiraki. Boise State shooting over 45%. Santa Clara under 30%, yet it's just a 1-point game. The turnovers have been the reason why. 9 of them for Boise State in this one. Trying to force one of Tess Heel. A foul is committed. And now Gordy Presnell is not thrilled with the officiating sequence. Heel to inbound, and Hiraki comes to get it. The intensity has been present from the beginning, and Abby Muse has got another swat. Third block of the game for Muse. Shot clock down to 10. Bayes, nice, knifes in, lays it off, and a beautiful finish from, beg your pardon, I had to catch in my throat. Trista Hull finishes there for Boise State. The lead is 3. At the other end, Heel had that shot at the very least altered by Abby Muse. She might have had another one. Hiraki hounding Clark up top and commits a foul. Boy, the intensity just palpable here at the South Point Arena. Hiraki's first, second team foul against Santa Clara. Clark into the corner, Pasco up top to Bayes. Boise State's offense has been efficient when they've gotten shots off. Abby Muse having an excellent game. Drop step and a finish with a left hand. 6 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, and 3 blocks for Abby Muse. Santa Clara trying to answer. Pollard launches, rattles out. An offensive rebound, fought for and claimed by Frawley, out of bounds. It stays at this end with Santa Clara. Burgess and Hansen in for Boise State. Bill Carr sends in Georgia Grigoropoulos and makes a second substitution as well as Maddie Narrow comes into the game. Her sister plays for Boise State, is on the bench. She catches the flare out of the timeout. Boise State defends it well. It was Burgess who read it all the way, the redshirt senior. There goes Tess Heel. She's been quiet on the scoreboard, trying to change that, and she can't. Stingy defense by the blue jerseys, and a foul called against the white ones as Boise State has got a 5-point lead and the ball. Grigoropoulos whistled for the foul there against Santa Clara, her first and the third team foul against Santa Clara. And a carry is called. Great defense by Tess Heel. She is the do-it-all player for Santa Clara, the reigning WCC Newcomer of the Year. Forces the carry by Burgess. Santa Clara trying to get it back to a one-possession game. Grigoropoulos, handoff, Heel, the pull-up, got it. First bucket of the game for Tess Heel, averaging 18 per contest so far through 6 games this season. Muse is cut off. Hansen the pull-up, she answers. Maya Hansen, who's been playing well, coming in. Those are her first points. She's been in double figures in each of the last 3 games for Boise State, who come in a perfect 4-0 on this young campaign. Season following one in which they went 17-16, 11-7 overall, and Narrow travels. Boise State beat Utah State in round 1 of the Mountain West Conference tournament before falling to Colorado State. Program that fell down under Coach Presnell, and the athletic department rewarded his long tenure with faith that he'd be able to turn it around, and he has done just that. Muse goes back to the left hand. Grigoropoulos with the block. That shot altered as well, that time by Pollard, and a third effort doesn't go up and in for Hull. Kick out and a 3-pointer misses for Pasco. A lot of chances there for Boise State. Santa Clara the other way, down by 5. Coming up on the midway point here in this second quarter. Oh, Heel might have shuffled the feet, and she is bumped on the drive by Pasco. That's just the second team foul against Boise State, so it'll be out of bounds for Santa Clara as a bunch of new Broncos come into the game. Santa Clara's got to get it in, and they do. Tess Heel looking for space. She sees nothing but blue and orange, flips it up, and she is just 1 of 6 from the field. Santa Clara's leading scorer being kept in check so far. Past the midway point of the second quarter. Lalott kicks it back out. Ball finds its way. Hansen, a high arcing triple is down. She has made a 3-pointer in every game this season, and it stretches the Boise State lead to 8, largest it's been so far here tonight. Hiraki to answer, too strong. Hansen the rebound, and she's fouled. That'll take us to the second quarter media timeout, 23-15. Boise State the lead and the basketball when we come back on Flow Hoops.
We got the media timeout. We'll check it back in for Santa Clara, number 22, Katie.
Back underway as it's the Boise State Broncos with the basketball and the 8-point lead out of the timeout. Lalott misses, and it's out of bounds, landing on the end line. Santa Clara with the basketball. Santa Clara trying to jumpstart their offense, just 1 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Jade Cadilla's checked back into the game for Bill Carr. Ten on the shot clock. Cadilla lobs for Pollard. Tough spot, and she's out of bounds on the end line. Burgess with some physical defense, and that gives it back to Boise State. Boise State can get it to a double-digit lead, and a foul away from the ball is called against Santa Clara. I think this is going on Emma Schaefer, and it is. That is her second. She and Haraki both with a pair of fouls. Mary Kay Nero returns to the game for Boise State. And Grigoropoulos is back in, or Edmondson rather, is coming in for Schaefer. And that's the 5th foul of the quarter against Santa Clara. So that puts Elodie Lalott on the line. Did not play last time out against Pepperdine. After starting the first 3 games of the year, coming off the bench here this evening in Las Vegas. Another made free throw. She could get it to a double-digit lead. Instead, it remains at 9. Santa Clara is shooting 23% from the field, 0 of 6 from beyond the arc. Pollard trying to change that, and she does. 33% from beyond the arc this year, was just 1 of 7 last time out against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And there is a foul again away from the ball against Santa Clara. And that's against Laura Edmondson, so it puts Boise State back on the line. And with 3:21 to go in the half, Santa Clara has got to be able to tone down the fouls, or they'll just give too many chances to Boise State to stretch the lead. Now Lalott, 3 of 4 at the line, gets the bounce to make it 4 of 5. Whatever works. Boise State 4-0 for the first time in 3 years. 1 of 2 for Lalott at the line. Gordy Presnell, an Idaho native, and Lapointe, and he's been coaching the Broncos for a long time as Pollard rims it out this time. Edmondson is fouled by Lalott. That is her second personal foul and the 13th foul against Boise State. Now Grigoropoulos comes back in, and Edmondson heads to the bench. Santa Clara, frankly, lucky to only be down by 7. Boise State out shooting them 45% to 25%. And Boise State's made 3 triples to just 1 for Santa Clara. Heel has struggled here in this one. 1 of 6 from the field. Sets up a teammate. Hudgens misfires on the 3. Abby Muse back in there with her 10th rebound of this first half to go with 6 points and 3 blocks. The senior has been absolutely everywhere. Dives to the bucket here, but not able to handle it. Slips it back to Christensen, looking for room. She's blocked by Pollard. Her team leading 6th of the season. Heel sets it up. That ball tipped out of bounds. It stays with Santa Clara. Slash into the paint. Hudgens flips it up short. Pollard, active for Santa Clara, gets him a second chance. Lob down low. Grigoropoulos turns around. Nice move on Muse. Misses the shot, and she's got rebound number 11. Boise State the other way with less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Hansen knifes in, and it's a race by Hudgens. Read that one all the way. Less than 2 minutes to go in this first half. Boise State has led by as many as 9. Santa Clara hanging around despite the offensive struggles. Late shot clock here for Gordy Presnell's team. Muse, kick out with 2. Thompson, a tough step back, almost hit it. And a good rebound inside by Pollard, her third. Santa Clara looking to answer. Heel attacks, flips it up, gets it to go with a foul. Second field goal for Tess Heel. And she'll head to the line where she leads the team in free throw attempts and makes on the season. Has been prolific getting to the charity stripe. And great once she gets there too, 85%. And she completes the three-point play, 25-21. Minute 20 to go. There at the South Point Arena in Las Vegas. Spencer McLaughlin with you here on Flow Hoops. And this Las Vegas Thanksgiving Classic. The other two teams, Rutgers and Texas Tech on this side of things. Hansen loses it, scoops it up. Pollard the rebound. Less than a minute to go. Heel attacking again, can't finish this time. Tough defense inside, no foul. Boise State the other way. Hansen thinks about it. Boise State wants a 2-for-1, and that's a good play as Hansen drops it through. She's got 7 to lead the scoring on both sides in this game. 4-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Frawley travels. Turnover number 8 for Santa Clara. Maddie Narrow comes back in, and her sister, Mary Kay, handles the ball for Boise State, who can hold for the last shot and add to a 6-point lead here in the first half. One of which they have led for most of. Clock down to 7. Hansen looking to create against the freshman who plays great defense. Hand off Muse with 1, gotta put it up. Blocked by Pollard, but a foul. Olivia Pollard whistled for the foul, and with no time on the clock, Boise State will get a chance to add to the lead, though this has been the area they have struggled most. 4 of 8 as a team. And they're coming over to take a look at the monitor to see whether or not the foul occurred with any time left on the clock.
Official timeout in the court to check the last play.
Is someone here to view the monitor? Yeah. Are you here to view the monitor? Okay. Okay. This is like 1970.
Sounds like there may be a communication error or two. It's an old school phone linked up down here for the officials to communicate with the replay booth. So they're taking a look at that. Meanwhile, Boise State outshooting Santa Clara 40% to 24%. And the Broncos of Boise State, that is, make about 9 threes per game through 4 contests this year. They've only attempted 7, and they've hit 3 of them. Coach Presnell's team has been adamant about getting into the paint. And they are outscoring Santa Clara in that department 12-6. Basically everywhere you look, it is advantage Boise State. Rebounds, offensive rebounds, steals, everything really going the way of Boise State. They are taking a look to see how much time, if any, should be left on the clock and when the foul occurred as Abby Muse went up. Now, this may be taking just a moment, but it'll be a matter of how large the lead is for Boise State, not whether or not they will have one. So far this year, convincing wins by 8 points or more against College of Idaho, Weber State, out of the Big Sky, UC Riverside, and Pepperdine. So a healthy variety on the non-conference slate. They'll take on Rutgers tomorrow out of the Big Ten. That should be a pretty solid test, and you have 2 Power Fives and 2 mid-major teams in this 4-team event here in Las Vegas. Texas Tech and Rutgers, the other two, in addition to these 2 Broncos schools. They are going to have some time put on the clock. The officials just left the monitor and determined that it'll be 0.6 of a second. So Abby Muse is at the free throw line. She'll have to shoot it with other players around. If the foul occurs when there's no time on the clock, then everybody clears out. And so everybody stays put as Muse calmly swishes the first. 9 points and almost 9 rebounds a game last year. Free throws at the area that have been her bugaboo. She misses the second. Santa Clara the board, and that is where we go into the half. Well, the football games are underway on this Black Friday, and it looks like a football score at the half. 28-21. Boise State the lead. Plenty more coming your way from Las Vegas. After this, you're watching the Las Vegas Thanksgiving Classic at the South Point Arena on Flow Hoops. Welcome back to the South Point Arena in Las Vegas. Spencer McLaughlin on hand. Before we recap the first half, if I could bend your ear for just a moment and express my gratitude for the opportunity to be here in what is a full circle moment for me personally. I attended Santa Clara in my undergraduate class of 2020. Cut my chops calling games on KSCU, the student radio station back there, and this is the first time in a professional capacity that I've been calling Santa Clara Broncos games or done anything calling the school, and it is it's a really, really awesome thing. Thankful to Brett and everybody at Sport Tours International for the opportunity, Kelsey Long as well, to be here with you for what has been an entertaining and low-scoring first half, 28-21 at the break. Boise State comes into this game top 20 nationally in three-point percentage. They're continuing along those lines. 3 of 7 in that first half. That's over 40%, but they're just not putting up that many looks. And they're shooting 40% on the game, but not putting up too many triples. Santa Clara has done a good job of running Boise State off the three-point line. And Boise State has done a really good job of keeping Tess Eel in check. The Broncos' leading scorer came into this game averaging 18 per game. There's still another half, and she can heat up in a hurry. But she's tied for the team lead on that Santa Clara roster with 5 points. Olivia Pollard also's got 5, but they've done it on a combined 4 of 15 shooting the basketball. So it's been a struggle for Santa Clara offensively, and that's how things have gone so far this year. Off to an outstanding start under 8th-year head coach Bill Carr at 5-1, a dominant win in Oregon in which they scored a season-high 89 points. But averaging just 68 per game on the year, it's been their defense, which has been great tonight. But so far, the Boise State defense, which has also been smothering this season, has been up to the task. 46 points per game they've allowed. Opponents are shooting on the year through 4 games just 30% and 24% from beyond the arc. Opponents have even struggled shooting free throws against Boise State at 54%. And they have not played Cupcake State every single week. Pepperdine out of the West Coast Conference, UC Riverside out of the Big West, Weber State out of the Big Sky, and the College of Idaho to begin the season all the way back on November the 6th. This is a Boise State team that had a bounce-back 2022-23 campaign, going 11-7 in league play in a really good and competitive Mountain West, and they're looking to establish themselves as contenders once again. Quick break. When we come back, we'll look at these two coaches and the impressive resumes they bring to their programs. More coming next on Flow Hoops. Now, both head coaches have gotten comfortable in their roles. Gordy Presnell for Boise State, over 300 career wins. He's going for number 339 here tonight against Santa Clara, and off to a good start with a 7-point lead at the break. He is 34th in NCAA at all levels with over 730 career wins as a head coach. Has had a couple of different stops before making his way to Boise and settling down. They're 3-4 all-time against Santa Clara. He's been there for those meetings. They've won the last two. They last met in 2009. But this is a head coach that is trying to put Boise State back on top where they're accustomed to being in the Mountain West. They won 4 straight Mountain West Conference Tournament championships from 2017 to 2020. It's tied for the most ever, that being 4, and the 4 consecutive wins is the first time any Mountain West team has accomplished that feat. And they're off to a good start here in this campaign, and a roster that has got a lot of balance and a lot of talent. No freshmen on the roster, but 5 sophomores, 5 juniors, and 5 seniors make up a really talented and deep lineup, and they have really been flexing their defensive muscle so far here against Santa Clara, who are led by 8th-year head coach Bill Carr, former head coach at Point Loma Nazarene, UC San Diego, and Spring Hill College. His best season so far at the helm for the Broncos. Back in the COVID year, they went 9-8 and made the conference semifinals for the first time since 2016. He was an assistant once upon a time at San Diego, where Steve Lavin has since taken over, Long Beach State, and San Francisco, and at Point Loma Nazarene before being hired to Santa Clara. On the women's side, he was 81-63, and his team looking as strong as they have during his tutelage here in the early part of this 2023-24 campaign. They've won 4 straight, as has Boise State. Their only loss came back on November 8th at Cal, but began the year with a Mountain West win at San Jose State, then lost to Cal, since have beaten Hawaii, Cal State Northridge, demolished Oregon and Eugene, and beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi. They'll play Texas Tech tomorrow here in this Las Vegas Thanksgiving Classic, which will continue. We'll have the third quarter in the South Point Arena when we come back. Second half set to begin. It's Boise State up on Santa Clara in the Battle of the Broncos here on Flow Hoops. 28-21 is the score. How about the first half from Abby Muse for Boise State, the senior out of Heritage High School in Brentwood, California. 7 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. And she is on the court to begin this second half as we get back underway. Boise State never built a double-digit lead, did get it as large as 9. Santa Clara has hung around. Muse blocked underneath, but a foul called on Laura Edmondson instead. And that'll put Muse to the charity stripe, where she is just 1 of 4 on the game and 6 of 17 on this season. It has been even more difficult than normal as she makes the first. Was a 56% foul shooter last season, wasting no time, and she makes 1 of 2. But Boise State's got an offensive rebound. Narrow with good hustle. Down low, Christensen, swarmed by white jerseys. 10 on the shot clock. Pasco, a triple, it's down. First points of the night for Natalie Pasco, and the sophomore, who averages 12 points a game. has given her team an 11-point lead, their largest of the night. Pollard can't answer, Hanson the rebound. Here comes Boise State. Pasco hangs, floats, can't score. Tess Heel will have to get going if Santa Clara is going to come back in this ball game and keep their 4-game winning streak going. A pair of 4-game winning streaks on the line here at the South Point Arena. Pollard fires. That was tipped by Muse, her 4th rejection. It's out of bounds, and it stays with Santa Clara. Abby Muse has 19 blocks on the season. She's had 6 in each of the last 2 games entering this one and has got her total up to 4. And we have just gotten underway here in the 3rd quarter. Frawley looking for room, swoops it up. Muse has the rebound and a jump ball. Keeps it at this end of the court. So good hustle there by Santa Clara to keep it alive. And that one falls up and in. Santa Clara needed that to get it back to a single-digit game. First points of the game for Hudgens. Christensen, the turnaround, can't answer, and Santa Clara able to keep it from going out of bounds. Oh, nifty move by Pollard as she scoops it in for 2. Back-to-back buckets for Santa Clara. And they're staring at what was a halftime deficit of 7. Christensen got to get out of the paint, gets it off to Pasco, who slashes and banks it home. Took some contact, no foul. Santa Clara head coach Bill Carr just drops his head as his team trails again by 9. Heel looking for space. She has seen nothing but blue and orange every time she touches the ball in the paint. Pollard blocked from behind by who else? Abby Muse. It's her 5th. Hanson. Pasco on the drive. Can't float it in. Frawley the rebound. Hudgens takes some contact, slips through and drops it in. Boise State the other way, the pace picking up. Pasco with a 3. Natalie Pasco with her 2nd triple. She's got 8 points. She and Abby Muse leading the scoring for Boise State. Heel, Pollard tries again. That one goes down. Everybody's getting a 3. Oprah's in the house. 7-point game. And the offenses have made some adjustments at the break. Pasco got another one. Natalie Pasco is red hot. And it's back to 10 once again. Everybody gets a piece. Heel blocked, narrow with a rejection. Here comes Boise State. Hanson fires. Finally a miss. Tess Heel looking for room. Lefty drops it through. Well, with all the scoring and all the 3s from Boise State, it's just an 8-point game. Foul away from the ball against Olivia Pollard. Third on Pollard. She has to check out. Haraki is out of the game as well. Kadee comes back in with Edmondson for Bill Carr and his Santa Clara Broncos. They trail by 8. Muse trying to change that. Drops it off. Hull not able to finish, gets it back again, but loses it out of bounds. Trista Hull almost got it back to 10. Santa Clara catches a break. Offensive foul. Cadiz sets the illegal screen. Narrow sells it. And Santa Clara turns it over for a 9th time. Bill Carr not happy with that particular call as Boise State tries to get it back to double digits. Instead, it's a turnover. It's a dozen turnovers for Boise State. Santa Clara with the ball trailing by 8 when we return. And we're back underway. Santa Clara trailing by 8 with less than 5 to go in the 3rd quarter. They get Hudgens a good look from 3. She can't get the roll. And Abby Muse once again there to clear for Boise State. 8 points, 13 rebounds, 5 blocks. Pasco almost had another triple. Tess Heel has struggled offensively here in the game. Lefty push shot, not that time. Boise State the other way, looking to build on the lead. Santa Clara has come up with some key stops to hang around in this one. Pasco sets up Bays, fires a 3. Offensive rebound, Hull. Pasco. Again, Boise State with a chance. It's their 9th offensive rebound of the game. Shot clock down to 5. Muse has some space. Edmondson cuts her off, and a travel. Less than 3.5 to go in this 3rd quarter. Santa Clara is shooting 29% from the floor, yet they are very much alive in this game. They're just 2 of 12 from outside for a team that this year is 36%. Hudgens down low. Schaefer with great position. She finishes with a foul. Boy, Lalott gave up the seal, but also conceded the foul really late in the play. She should have just gave up the 2 points. Instead, Emma Schaefer's got a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. 10 of 14 at the line this season. Can't convert. A lot trying to get her back at the other end. She can't. Schaefer the board. Frawley in transition. Got a three. It's a one-possession game. Timeout, Boise State. We'll take it as well. It's a three-point game in Vegas when we come back. Well, Santa Clara is shooting at 50% in this third quarter, and they've outscored Boise State by 4 to cut what was a 7-point halftime deficit down to 3. And the triple from Keely Frawley, who had not scored entering this game since November the 14th against Cal State Northridge. And what was a big win for Santa Clara has made it a 40-37 game as Boise State looks to respond out of the timeout. Bays travels, hit the shot, but it does not count. Gordy Presnell pleading his case with the officials, and suddenly Santa Clara a chance to add to a 7-0 spurt. Back down low to Schaefer, bounces it. Hudgens able to keep it alive. 10 on the shot clock for Santa Clara. Schaefer barrels her way in. Handoff Frawley knocked away. Santa Clara ball, 6 to shoot. Abby Muse coming back in for Elodie Lalott. Bounce pass into Schaefer, gotta go up with it, a pump fake, a fadeaway, comes up short. And a good substitution from Gordy Presnell as Abby Muse altered the shot. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. One possession game in the first of 2 games for both of these teams in this Las Vegas Thanksgiving Classic. Down low, Hull's going to the free throw line. Trista Hull at the free throw line for Boise State, drains the first. Junior from LaSalle High School in Yakima, Washington. 4 points last time out against Pepperdine. Did not play against UC Riverside or Weber State, but has given Coach Presnell some really good minutes with 4 points and 4 rebounds off the bench. 5-point lead for Boise State. Hudgens, the pull-up, Got it. Mariah Hudgens has been a double-digit scoring machine this year. Has done so in 3 of the Broncos' 6 games, and she has got 8 points. Olivia Pollard, the leading scorer for Santa Clara, with 10. Pasco with 11 for Boise State. They're the only 2 in double figures. Shot clock down to 8. Here is Hull. Schaefer stays straight up enough. Muse comes in to get it on the deck. Jump ball, Boise State basketball. Substitution as Tess Heel comes into the game for Bill Carr, as does Laura Edmondson. Heel so far in this one, still trying to find her shot. 7 points on 3 of 11 shooting. Does have 6 assists. Hansen gets it back and starts the offense for Boise State. Hansen whips it far corner. Good ball movement for the Broncos. Muse down the lane, blocking foul against Edmondson. And this will be a bonus situation, so whether it's in the act of shooting does not matter. And Abby Muse right back to the free throw line. Abby Muse having quite the game. Reigning Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year. And this is the first free throw, as that continues to be an area that she struggles with. But boy, she has had one heck of a career blocking shots. She hit 53 block shots a year ago, which is the 3rd most in a season in Mountain West history. She's got 5 blocks tonight to bring her total to 20 on the year, and this is Boise State's 5th game of the season. Just continues to get better and better. 2-second difference, shot clock and game clock. 4-point game. Santa Clara trying to make it a 1-possession game as we head to the 4th. Pollard pops out with 5. Couple of long steps, comes up short. 3 seconds, and Haraki gets run down, an offensive foul. Heads up play by the senior from San Jose. And the Broncos of Santa Clara will have 1.5 seconds as Khadid checks back in to try and get up a good look. Boise State has to be careful to not foul. Gordy Presnell is beside himself. What does Bill Carr draw up here? Entry pass. And they don't get a shot off. So 43-39 is our score as we head to the 4th. Game 1 for these teams in the Las Vegas Thanksgiving Classic has got 1 quarter left. We'll have it for you next right here on Flow Hoops. Welcome back to the South Point Arena in Las Vegas. Spencer McLaughlin with you here on Flow Hoops. No one has held a lead larger than 11, and that double-digit advantage for Boise State was brief. And it's Santa Clara basketball to try to make it a 1-score game here as we begin the final period of action. And Danny Bays is called for a foul right out of the start. It is her first personal first team foul. Just kind of ran right through Olivia Pollard. Santa Clara running the weave, trying to continue what's been a much better offensive showing in the second half. Heel, the lob, Pollard, the finish. It's a 2-point game. Santa Clara has not led since the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Pasco fires and got another one. Natalie Pasco with 4 triples. That ties the season high, as does her 14 points. Heel, amidst the sea of blue, forces it up. And a jump ball gives it to Boise State.
Boise State getting the ball.
Boise State trying to add to the 5-point lead and stay unbeaten on this young college basketball season. Tough fadeaway from Tatum Thompson, and it rolls off. Santa Clara the rebound. Hiraki, 3-ball. Pollard gives Santa Clara a second chance. Heel looking for space, and she's fouled, headed to the free throw line. These will be free throw attempts 2 and 3 for Tess Heel, who's attempted multiple free throws in every game so far this season. Leads the team not just in makes and attempts at the line, but also percentage. And this is a good way for a struggling scorer to get on track. Heel has not attempted a 3-point shot. And you wonder if seeing the ball go through the cylinder a couple times gives her the confidence to try to look for that long-range effort. Full court press here from Santa Clara, trying to speed up Boise State and force some turnovers. Boise State able to beat it with a 3-point lead, 8 minutes to play. Foul away from the ball called against Trista Hull. And Santa Clara can tie the game with a 3. All the defensive attention on Tess Heel, and she's fouled. That's the 4th team foul against Boise State here in the quarter, so no free throws yet. But now, Coach Presnell's team has to be careful, because every foul from here on out puts Santa Clara at the line, and Tess Hill buries a 3 to tie us up at 46. She's 8 of her last 10 from 3-point in the last couple of games. That's her first attempt of the night. Boise State right back to Abby Muse. Can't finish. Hull is in there once again with an offensive rebound. Pasco can't answer. Hudgens tips it away. Santa Clara can take their first lead since late in the first quarter. Oh, they ruled that Tess Hill shot a 2. The statement still applies, but we are not tied. Pollard for the lead. Got it. Timeout, Gordy Presnell, 48-46. And Santa Clara has come all the way back. With 7:05 to go, they lead by 2.
How could I ever forget? It's the first time
Tess Heal's triple. The third of the second half for Santa Clara, and their fourth of the game, has given the Broncos from the Bay a 2-point lead over the Broncos from Boise. Spencer McLaughlin with you here on Flow Hoops. What a game this figures to be down the stretch. Boise State looking to respond. 10 to shoot. Pass inside, taken away by Tess Heal. Bill Carr's team now looking for a 2-possession lead. Heal quickly attacks, can't bank it home. And Abby Muse has got her 15th rebound. That matches a season high. Gordy Presnell in the air, the official, as she jogs up the court. Pasco bounces the hole. And a foul is called on Olivia Pollard. Bill Carr can't believe it. They call a push before the travel. He saw it differently. I think he's got a case there. It's just the first team foul against Santa Clara, so no free throws, but that goes from a turnover to a possession with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Hansen left alone, can't hit. Great rebound by Hudgens. She's bumped, no foul. A lot of physicality going on out there as the intensity ratchets up between these two teams who have not met since 2009. Hiraki is blocked. Third straight game with 6 rejections for Abby Muse. Heel thinks about it. And she's fouled by Pasco. Now Boise State's not happy, and they are doubly upset as that puts Santa Clara on the free throw line. That one gives Santa Clara a chance to stretch the lead, which Tess Heel does. I said earlier she'd have to come alive for her team to come back into it, and she's up to a dozen. Make it 13 points with 8 assists. The lead is 4. The lot down low, double teamed, and she's fouled. Bill Carr frustrated again. Second team foul against Santa Clara.
Last ball number 2. Frawley is her second. Team second.
Frawley picks up her second foul. Pasco fires off the mark. Heel the rebound. Her third. Reigning WCC Newcomer of the Year, Tess Heel, has got the switch, doesn't want it. Hudgens does. Past the midway point of this fourth quarter. Narrow glides in for 2. How does Santa Clara respond? Next timeout or stoppage will be the media here in the fourth. Hiraki thought about it. Twirls, keeps the pivot foot down. Lobs, turnover, not quite. Schaefer flips it in. A fortuitous bounce, and Santa Clara's back up by 4. That one went all the way down and popped back out for Mary Kay Narrow. Oh boy, I cannot believe that didn't go in. I don't think she can either. And her team defends at the other end, trailing by 4. Heel, probes. Frawley a 3, book it. The Santa Clara bench loving it. It's their largest lead of the night. 55-48. A lot looking for an easy two. Schaefer cuts her off. Turnover, Boise State, their 10th. Timeout on the court, 3:25 to go. Santa Clara trailed by as many as 11. They lead by 7. Oh, never mind, I beg your pardon, we're keeping it here. Playing on. Thought we were due for the stoppage, my mistake. 55-48, Heel stops and scores. 15 for Tess Heel. Timeout, Boise State. Now we'll step aside. 3:09 to go. The Broncos of Santa Clara up by 9. And a quick timeout taken here on the court. Gordy Presnell's team staring at their largest deficit of the night with just over 3 minutes to go, trying to stay unbeaten here in this young season. Santa Clara looking for their 5th straight win and another statement victory. Lalonde banks it in. She's got 6. 2:40 to play. Crunch time in Vegas. Game 1 for both of these teams. Hudgens floats, can't get the roll. Abby Muse has a new season high with 16 rebounds. She also has 6 blocks for the 3rd straight game. The reigning Mountain West Player of the Year, defensively showing you why. 10 on the shot clock for her team on offense. Hansen finds some space, scoops it up, can't get it to go, out of bounds, stays with Boise. Olivia Pollard returns. She's had an excellent game offensively for Santa Clara. Kick out, Pasco. She's gone cold from distance, and a foul is called against Lalonde, which will put Santa Clara on the free throw line. There should be 2 shots. The officials getting together to discuss something. And it looks like they figured it out now, and that is team in white shooting a couple of shots. Santa Clara off to a heck of a start this year. Already a win against the Mountain West, the Big West, and the Pac-12. Back-to-back 30-plus point wins against Cal State, Northridge, and Oregon earlier this year. First time they've done that since January 1998 against Portland and Gonzaga. They'd go on to finish that season 23-8 overall. Won the conference regular season and tournament championships that made and got them into the NCAAA tournament. Couple of free throws push it back to a 9-point lead for Santa Clara with 2 minutes to play. Boise State suddenly needing buckets as they have gone cold. They're 2 for their last 10. Offensive foul against Maya Hansen. You talk about a battle between a couple of prize fighters. These teams holding on to every possession, every moment. Gordy Presnell did not like that call. Santa Clara trying to use a little bit of clock. Hiraki, Pollard, got another one. Olivia Pollard with 18 points. That's her 4th triple. It's a 12-2 Santa Clara run. Muse travels. Boise State out of sorts. And Santa Clara's bench hopping with energy. Tess Heel hasn't had her most efficient night. She's been great in the second half. Sets up Hudgens, 3 ball off the mark. Pollard the offensive rebound. Less than a minute to go. And Santa Clara can perhaps start to celebrate. Boise State going to play this out. They have got to have a stop here or it's game over. Heel goes away from the screen, gets to the bucket, can't score. And a foul called against Santa Clara. Tess Heel from behind. It's the 3rd against Santa Clara, though, so it doesn't put Boise State to the charity stripe. And suddenly, Gordy Presnell's team, trying to avoid their first loss of the year, are on the precipice of doing just that, trailing by 12, 40 seconds to go. Got to have buckets, probably need to have threes. Hansen was hot early in the game. She's been cold since. Narrow, this is taking too much time for Boise State. Now she puts one up and puts it in. It's a 2, so it's a 10-point game. And Boise State not fouling as the shot clock has been turned off. She gets across, and it looks like Gordy Presnell is going to wave the white flag. Santa Clara propels themselves to win number 5 in a row. A second half turnaround in which they've shot it better than 50% from the floor. They're able to put it down. 62-52 is the final. Santa Clara beats Boise State in their first meeting since 2009. Still another matchup coming here on Flow Hoops. Texas Tech and Rutgers in the Las Vegas Thanksgiving Classic. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And until next time, hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up we have the final game of the evening. Tip-off time right around 6:30. Rutgers is taking on Texas Tech. So stick around for some more great basketball action here in fabulous Las Vegas.